Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Man, they've been going to war on this last topic.
Yeah, man. So what you do? I had to use it. I was like, you know what? It's time to talk about that.
Yeah.
Definitely time to talk about that. Cause,
well, for one, I want to set up some rules first before we start talking about it, because this is the common bear trap that people seem to fall into whenever they raise this issue.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people listening to my show right now just waiting.
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah, but that's why we got to set some rules, because people keep jumping off topic and going into other shit that ain't got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, don't bring up your Jesuses and your Muhammad's and
could you
all
read
of that
the
stuff.
topic? Read the topic.
Sure can, brother. Sure can. The topic is as follows. Same-sex marriage. Do you support two tax-paying citizens of the same sex making a mutually agreed upon decision to marry each other? Also, does supporting their right to wed each other mean you support or disapprove of homosexuality?
Okay. Now, the question is, do you support, in short, gay marriage? That's the question.
Right.
The question is not, do you support homosexuality?
Right.
The question is not, do you agree with homosexuality?
Right.
So I hate it when people jump into the conversation to, well, I don't think a man should be with another man. But who gives a fuck? That's not the question.
Right. That's not the question.
The question is, do people who are homosexual, who do sleep with men or do sleep with women of the same sex, do they have a right to, with them and their mutual or partner, to get married? That's the question. Now, if you frame it that way, I find it very difficult for somebody to say no. Because my question is, how the fuck you going to stop them?
Basically, because I'm like this. I don't give a fuck if you marry a goat. That's your choice.
Exactly.
That's what you want to do. You do your thing. You can marry a statue, a mannequin. You can marry your goddamn child if you want to. I just think you're a nasty motherfucker, but you can marry your child. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you want to, that is your choice. But
well, guess what? I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's say that a man marries a woman,
right?
And the man likes to dress up and be a woman, and the woman likes to dress up and be a man.
Right.
Now, the question isn't, do you support the fact that this dude dresses up like a woman and his wife dresses up like a man, and they screw each other, and they also have a foot fetish as well? All of that shit is fucking irrelevant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with it.
The question is, do they have a right to marry each other? Hell yes. It's not even. This is not even a fucking debate.
It shouldn't even be up for debate. That's what I can't understand. Why is it going like this in the universe of people saying, "Oh my God, they got these guys. You know, we got to vote on it to see if it's okay." Huh? You ain't got to sit there in the damn house. Sit there in the house with them. They want to lay up with another man or lay up with another woman. So why the hell are you worrying about it?
And suppose one of them has some money.
Anyway. An idea some cracker came up with to get some money.
Suppose one of them has some money, son. Suppose one of them is rich, and they are gay, and they want to marry another man, or she wants to marry another woman, and they legally decide that they want to leave their assets to their gay partner. What the fuck does that have to do with anybody else?
Yeah. The benefactor is the name on the goddamn paper. That's it. I don't give a fuck who it is. You can leave. The benefactor could be your dog.
Exactly.
It could be Walter. It could
That's
be
been
Walter
done.
the dog walker. I left my dog Walter $250 billion of my money. How you going to leave Walter his money and Walter can't spend it? Well, Walter got it. It's his. Now, Walter tell you that you can have some, you can have some. But if Walter don't, guess what? Don't fuck with Walter's money.
Yeah.
Real.
And I am so tired of people not being able to think, and just, and I won't even say multidimensional. Just think what the damn question is. Look at what the issue is. And stop confusing shit. Now, if the question is, do you agree with homosexuality or do you accept homosexuality? What does it mean to, I figured that maybe I'm wrong. I may be crazy. Accepting homosexuality to me means you are homosexual.
Right.
That's the ultimate acceptance of homosexuality.
Right.
Accepting somebody's right to do whatever the fuck they want to do. How is that accepting homosexuality?
It's not.
Because there's a lot
not.
of freaky-ass shit that straight people is doing that you might not agree with.
I might be one of them. I mean.
You know what I'm saying? So because I accept the fact that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do as a straight person, that means that I endorse every fucking thing that you do?
No, not at all. That means if you do that, son, then you endorsing the fact that people choke each other out and shit. I'm with that. Cool.
One girl talking about, she said, "Oh, do you know the rate of pedophilia amongst homosexuals?" I said, "Do you know the rate of pedophilia amongst heterosexuals? How many girls do you know of that you can honestly say was not molested by a male member in a family?"
Exactly.
Let's keep it fucking real, man.
It's real. Let's keep it real. Do you know the rate that KY jelly flies off the shelves when homosexuals come into the drugstore? Now let me stop. Fuck out of here.
I don't care, man. I've reached the point now. If people want to eliminate, all right, I'll play devil's advocate. If people want to eliminate the culture or the whole culture of homosexuality, right? If that's their goal, and this is my position. Now I'm going to talk about homosexuality. I'm not going to talk about the individual rights. I'm going to talk about homosexuality as a concept. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, there may have been homosexuality in Africa. I'm not going to say that there wasn't. But homosexuality as a culture or a practice was not acceptable in Africa. It wasn't. Now, that's a fact. People can argue about whether it started there and all that other stuff. That may be true because everything started in Africa, so it's very possible that the first homosexuals was African.
Right.
The question is, was it acceptable? And it was not acceptable. So, in light of that, it would appear that the culture of homosexuality was more acceptable and more conducive to the Europeans' culture. That's just my opinion, based on history, based on just looking at the cultures.
Right.
So, if people are so amped up about getting rid of homosexuality or decreasing the amount of homosexuality, then you know what you need to do? Establish our own culture. And how do you establish your own culture? By getting your own piece of land and arranging your culture around the land. Because if you do that, and if homosexuality was not prevalent in African cultures and cultures where we controlled shit, then wouldn't it go away? Just logically, would it be a prevalent thing in our society as it is in the European society? I don't think it would. It wouldn't be culturally conducive. So even if I approach it from that level, just, people need to shut the fuck up. And my thing is, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Don't care.
Yeah.
I come from the opinion that people going to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and as long as they don't infringe on me, we fine.
We fine. That's the way I feel.
So if two girls want to get married and pretend that they men, or two men want to get married and then be women and engage in a lesbian, there's so many configurations that people can do and fucked up things in my mind that they can do. What the fuck am I going to sit up here and say, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, and because I feel a certain way, you can't engage in whatever you want to engage in? That's some fucking narcissism right there.
That's narcissism. That is so much narcissism. Shit,
so that's my thing, man.
Everything.
I'm into individual rights, the right of the person. And if gay people want to be bitches to the state, they have every right to be bitches to the state as heterosexual straight people do.
Right. Every right. And when you say bitches to the state, explain to them why, what you're talking about.
Because you're getting married and you're giving permission. You're getting permission from the state and there's some license for you to be with the person you want to be with.
That brings me back to another question that I want to ask the people out there. What the fuck is that all about? If the state ain't bring you together, why you got to go use the state to fucking to live together?
Yeah, it's called statism. Ask any anarchist. They'll tell you what it means.
I'm not fucking need to go to the damn court to ask them, can I be with this person for the rest of my life? Okay, we'll see. Yeah, we'll let you do that. No problem. Pay me some money first. Somebody call me and explain to me the whole scenario behind that.
You know
Please
what?
call me, 347-884-8830.
And if you want to know what I feel about it, go to the Love Symposium channel on YouTube. And there's a 2-part thing on there about marriage where I broke it down.
You know what I feel like what marriage is? For real.
Marriage is a business. It's a legal arrangement. And that's why whenever women start talking about, and that's the point that I made in that 2-part series, that when you start talking about why you should get married, it's never about love. It's always about finance.
It's never about love. It's always about what was the answers back then? Because if you happen to die, I want to have be able to have access to. What that got to do with anything?
Exactly.
What that got to do with anything?
It's all legality. It ain't nothing money. It ain't got shit to do with because I love you more than anybody else in the world. No, I need access to your shit in case your ass get capped or somebody peel your wig back. Then I can get some access to your money.
But that's right. But isn't it? Don't you realize that you can draw up a contract, a legal binding contract, get it notarized, file it in the court, and it still stands if that person dies and you only got that state submitted permission to be together. It's still
right. We are still in America. We are still in America. You still have a right to engage in contractual agreements with each other, and the courts will be in place in case there's a dispute. I mean, you can go and have your lawyer look over the paperwork, have her lawyer look over the paperwork, and y'all both sign the contract, and boom, guess what? You are married, but not according to the state.
Not according to the state.
According to each other, you are married.
We used to jump over brooms. And that was it. That's all it took. Leap over this broom. You're done. It's over. You two are together forever.
Actually, I'll go back even further. You used to fuck, and that was your wife.
Basically. That's it. I got that coochie, you mine. Damn, you know how many wives I would have? Now, let me...